What is happening in there? J Gaming Dude here with some Final Fantasy X. Now, where the hell did I put my controller? Here we go. I feel like I should do my introductions a little bit slower, but that's neither here nor there, I guess. I'm just trying to prep for the boss fights I'm going to be doing post-game, really. I think that's the main thing I'm going to be focusing on, because I am severely underleveled. I know, because as far as the story goes, so far, like, I've kind of gone up to the point where you get the airship, yeah. So just before that, you have a boss fight, and I just probably barely made it through that. So I'm gonna try and use the Tonberry trick to get myself up to speed in terms of stats, because things aren't looking too good at the moment. Actually, you know what? Since I've got some sphere levels, I probably should make use of them. What have we got here? Power sphere, ability. That's out of order. Seems weird, but anyway. Speed is down there, okay. I want to leave the blank nodes blank until I can figure out what I want to do with them. And it'll cause me to grind like sphere levels a lot more, and I get that. But there's no real use in trying to like rush into it, fill it up with a bunch of stuff, and then screw myself over after the fact because my stats aren't high enough to deal with other bosses. Like not being able to make full use of, say, Yojimbo as a summon, because he has a move called Zanmato that can pretty much not one hit per se, but definitely take out some of the toughest bosses in the game by dealing some real heavy damage. So currently I'm here with Auron. Hold on, how far can Auron go? Because this is all Tidus's sphere grid area, so I don't know whether or not I'm actually better off. Actually, no, I think I've covered most of, if not all of Auron's area anyways, so I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot to move here. Yeah. Oh, no, wait, no. I thought that this accuracy and this strength, there was actually like a line there, but there wasn't. So I need to move here, so I can fill up a power sphere here and then this accuracy one. So this is pretty much the sphere grid in Final Fantasy X, and for anyone who hasn't played it, pretty much you need to fill in the nodes, but you can only fill in nodes that are adjacent to where you are on the sphere grid. So like where it says Auron at the moment, which is this character here, I can only fill in this accuracy and this strength node, and so now my accuracy has gone up by 2 and my strength has gone up by 2. However, I'm trying to decide which way I want to go, whether it be the left or the right, and the thing is, what is here anyways on the right? We've got in the, what have we got in the middle? Ultima. Ooh, okay. Ultima, okay. I feel like that's what I want to focus on, is to get through that level 4 block, which I'm pretty sure I can because I've got a few level 4s there. So yeah, you can only fill in blocks with that are adjacent to where you are on the grid itself, and you can move by gaining sphere levels. So for each single sphere level or S level, you can move one spot in the actual sphere grid, and then you can fill things in and start increasing your stats, learning new abilities, and doing all of that good stuff. Now, there are locks in place, like this level 4 lock here, in which you need to use unlock spheres to remove them. So like this level, there's a level 3 one here. I think I've got my level 4 ones somewhere here. So I've got a few level 4 spheres which I can use to unlock those ones, and they become these normal blank spheres like this one here where the node is empty, and then I can fill it in with, say, something like a luck sphere for or I can turn it into a magic sphere and gain increased amounts of magic damage, or increase my character's luck so they do critical hits more often, or MP for increasing the magic points that are being used, like magic sphere. Yeah. Lancet. Okay, Lancet. That's an interesting move. So I guess I'm just gonna move around the board a bit. But yeah, so my main goal is to hopefully try and get the Don Tonberry method set up. And so this is pretty much a way of being able to quickly grind your level by like a lot at a time. And I think I've done a bit of the setup already. It's just a matter of like getting some of this other stuff set up that I need to. So unlocking a few very high level fights was one of the criteria, which is what I'm working on. And then I can use those high level fights to get some items that will exponentially increase, or like multiply the amount of actual AP that I get, which is AP is the thing that you need to increase your sphere level. AP, I'd hazard a guess AP is supposed to mean action points, but I could be wrong about that and it means something else. It's an anagram, not anagram. What would you even call it? When you split like a single word and... Oh, it's an acronym. Yeah, acronym. That's what I meant to say. That is an acronym. Oh god, this is already falling apart. This ain't... It bodes well for the stream, let me tell you. But yeah, I'm surprised I haven't even learned Kuragi yet, which I've just learned now, and that's probably on the up and up when it comes to healing spells in the game. Just sort of in general, really. Right then. Kimahri can only move one step, but at least he can increase magic defense and increase defense. So, convenience at the least on that one. Got a couple of empty nodes, maybe. Nah, I don't want to fill it in just yet. I want to figure something out there. What's this here? Nab Gil. I want to steal Gil from enemies. Gil, of course, being the currency and the monetary currency in the game. Of course, can't be purchased through microtransactions because there were none when this game originally came out back in like what, 2001. Let's see. Right. So Kimahri sorted, Lulu. One really good thing about this game is that it at least like it is highly suggested by the game that you kind of make use of all of your party members, because there are not a lot of Final Fantasy games where you can actually like, switch, at least not from what I could remember, where you can switch between characters as freely. I should have done this before the stream, but that was poor planning on my part. But I feel like I was gonna do this a lot anyways as soon as I start grinding those sphere levels anyways. I feel like every time I say sphere, I end up like mispronunciating it or something. So Riku's all that's left to level up. I think use sphere, there we go. I've gotten a lot of spheres from beating a lot of enemies since my last sort of like group level up. power, and what was the other one? Mana, yep. Sweet. Alright, so that's everyone leveled up, at least for now. I should save behind this guy. So this is the battle arena in the Calmlands. Calmlands? Yeah. I mean, that's what it is called anyways. So the first step to actually getting that full-on setup that I was talking about, to be able to do the Don Tonberry method, is already English just completely flying out the window right now. Just not making too much sense of it, but so first thing we'll want to do is to unlock a few fights here at the battle arena. So what we want to do is get One Eye, Don Tonberry, and Kotos. Now I think I've just unlocked Kotos. First fight's free. Nah, not now. Don't worry about it. But not for free, I have to make a living too, you know. Alright, let's fight some monsters. So should be under area conquest. So we've got Kotos here, which is one of the fights that I need. I need 3 fights in total. The next one is supposed to be Don Tonberry. And I think I should have unlocked that one already, but Silver Hourglass. First fight's free, not now. So I have to talk to this guy every time I unlock a new monster to fight. Figure area conquest. Nope. Stolen Faith. Because in order to fight monsters here, you need to actually defeat the monsters with a weapon that this guy sells you, which is pretty much like a capture weapon almost. Like you can kind of tame the monsters and then you can fight them here. And if you get all the monsters, like for instance here, this is me and High Road. If you get all of the monsters in a single area, you'll unlock another monster fight under area conquest as well. So these are like the various areas up to, from left to right, up till Omega Dungeon. Area conquest is different, and I'm pretty sure the other 2 are different as well. At least they say unknown. I can't remember what those ones are for. I think if you do like all of a single race of monster, that's like one of the 2 unknowns at the bottom. But I could also be wrong about that. Not now. He's giving me a lot of items though, which I'm quite surprised by. I need to find, like, I don't know what the item is that he just gave me. Like, I don't know what it does per se. Fight monsters. I have to keep talking to him until I... Because to unlock the Don Tonberry fight, I need to get all of these monsters from the Stolen Faith Cavern, which I've already done. But I do need to keep talking to him, hopefully, until it unlocks this fight here, the 4th one, which I'm sure is meant to be Don Tonberry, who will be like the main boss monster I'll be fighting to get my level ups. Hold on. What if I talk to him again? Because I'm getting a lot of items out of this guy. Let's see what more I can actually get. Chat. A fire-breathing dragon in his collection. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, no, he's not talking to me now, so... What were these items that he gave me anyways? I don't think I've ever heard of them. Ah, 3 stars, okay. Reduces party's MP cost to 0, okay. Stamina tonic, doubles max HP of party. Silver Hourglass, delays next turn of all enemies, and Far Plane Wind. Inflict death on all enemies. That is... I mean, I'm sure there are a lot of boss monsters that are immune to death, so that might not be like, you know, the greatest thing ever, per se. yeah, I'm surprised that the Don Tomberry fight hasn't unlocked, even though I've done the criteria for it. Or maybe I'm just following like a really dodgy what's it called? Like just a guide that's not correct. Because I keep just entering and leaving the. Nothing. Really? Oh, there it is. Don Tomberry. Okay, so it was there. I just didn't see it. Okay. That was a blonde moment for me, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, there is still one more fight I need to unlock, and that is... So I've unlocked the Don Tomberry fight and the Kotos fight, which I was just looking at. I just need to unlock the One Eye. And so to get One Eye, I need to get all the one-eyed fiends. So I need to capture 4 of every one-eyed fiend. And they're just like flying eyeballs, really? Like a single eyeballed individuals, flying fiends, I guess. And there's only one that I'm missing. So let's jump onto the airship and make our way to Omega Ruins, I guess. I feel like this is like the first step, like unlocking all of these fights is like the first step to trying to actually begin farming, start farming that AP. Before I get too carried away, I should probably save, because I feel like being in this dungeon specifically, I feel very, like I'm underleveled by like a lot. It is an optional dungeon after all, so that in and of itself makes sense. And the main reason why I'm trying to like level up to max is not just because of the trophy expert sphere guide, I want to say, but rather to prepare myself for all of the boss fights I'm going to get myself into. Because I left some stuff behind so there's a boss, the last boss that I beat in the story is called Yoonaliska, and she's a 3-phase boss fight. Now, the biggest downside to her boss fight is that... the biggest downside to that area is that after you beat her, there are a couple key items you need to grab before you leave. I forgot to do that, and so now I have to... When I go back, I have to fight a very strong boss in order to be able to re-enter that area of the game. So partly my own ineptitude kind of got me to that point as well. Kiraga, 20 MP, Jesus. You know what? Tidus doesn't have enough health for me to justify a Kiraga, I don't think. And am I being cheap with my MP? I'm pretty sure I am. So, here we go. So the monster I want to capture is this thing right here, this big eye. So like all of the monsters I need to capture to get big eye look like that, and this is the strongest of the lot as well, which probably isn't going to help matters, but we'll see how this goes. Might just start off with an overdrive, which is pretty much like any character's ultimate attack. God damn it! Okay, I missed that up royally. Holy cow. Wow, I still can't believe I messed that up. Jesus. I want to take out the other 2 enemies so that that single floating eyeball can be defeated by Tidus, because I think he's the only one who's got a capture weapon. I should have gotten more, to be honest. Like, I messed that up royally. Actually, it might not be too late for me to do that. But then, do I want to escape? I can't. I think Oron is going to kill off Waka before any of this happens. Because confusion is annoying, for sure. Oof. What do I want to do here? I'm just gonna have to Phoenix Downs it, I think. Oh, actually no, I've saved, so you know what, like, I could just reset the game. and that would be okay. Well, not that there was any need, I just got straight up game over. Okay. At the very least I saved, so if anything, I managed to keep some of my stuff. And the most ideal party to actually cross, at least from the party that I have, to cross this dungeon is Waka, Tidus, and Yuna. So Yuna is the main healer, Tidus will be like a damage dealer, and my main damage dealer is going to be Waka, because he does like 2,000 damage in a single hit, which is pretty crazy. But also, one thing I forgot to do was at the... might be better to explain when I get there. Is that at the battle arena, you can buy weapons that allow you to quote-unquote capture these monsters. So you need to do a killing blow using that weapon. And I think only... taming sword. These are all taming weapons, yeah. So Tidus is the only one who's got one. I just need to get one for Waka as well, which I completely forgot to do. So we're just gonna go and grab that. Let's ride the Chocobo, because I don't want to get into like too many fights against random enemies that I could just destroy in my sleep. Get the annoying out of the way so I can do everything else. God, doing the Chocobo race in under 0.0 seconds? That's gonna be fun. Because I've already tried it a few times. The lowest I got was like 12 seconds, so that's gonna take a bit of practice to get used to. Why am I saving? Should not be doing that. I should be talking to this guy. This is what I came to do. Buy weapons. Okay. So I want to buy the catcher... ball for Waka. Yep. Ooh, Kimari's one though. Taming Spear. Oh no. I was looking at the abilities for Knight's Lance and thinking, man, the Taming Spear's got a lot of abilities, and then I looked down and I'm like, oh no, that's not it. That's not it. Yeah, so that should be okay, I think. Do I need any items though? Make sure I've got like 99 of everything. Because before I did, but then I spent too much money thinking, oh, I've got enough to get Yojimbo as a summon. Nope, I had way too little, or I had like way less money to be able to haggle with a very powerful summon. Alright, let's go to the list and go to Omega Ruins. Yep. Here we go. I still got so many other side quests that I want to, get done as well. I'm sure like the next stream is probably just, when I stream next, it'll just be dedicated to just playing through Blitzball and getting all of Waka's overdrives. Which is definitely something that I'm going to be doing anyways. Not like in a stream per se, but like something that I will be focusing on doing, which is because I want to get all of this done for the for not just all of the achievers, but for getting everyone's ultimate weapons and getting to actually fight those really strong bosses. But first things first, so it's probably better to focus on one thing to start off with. Just gonna flee, which is such a convenient ability. I'm pretty sure there's like an ability that allows you to have no encounters. as well, but I don't have any weapons that have that. I could certainly like put it on a weapon that I've got, for sure. Alright, where are we? Oof, bomb type enemies. I will not try to fight them because I'm pretty sure like these things were to explode in my face, I think everyone would be insta-KO'd. Unless I'm missing something. But most likely, like, my party's not particularly strong, which is why I'm going through, like, out of my way just to kind of get everyone leveled up. Maybe not necessarily to max, but bloody well close. Oh yeah, and just recently the new PS5 colors released. Purple, pink, and the sort of light bluish, I guess. And so I ended up getting the purple one, which I'm using right now. And I wasn't too sure whether or not I wanted to get the purple one or the pink one. After looking at the purple one, now in like the real life, which I probably should have done before I bought it, I kind of thought to myself, man, the pink one would have looked a lot nicer. But, or even the light blue one, I can't remember what the exact name of the colors were because they're named after, like, you know, planets and stuff you'd find in the galaxy, because they called it, what, the Galaxy Collection, I want to say? Which, not gonna lie, that's an interesting way of looking at it. I mean, you know, you've already had Midnight Black, and then you just kind of go off from there, I guess. Also, I'm hoping to stream a lot more this year, rather than just... And I mean, what with it being... What's the date today? I mean, for me it's the 17th today, for some people it might be the 16th, like, who knows. But like, it already having been like a couple of weeks into the year and I haven't streamed at all yet, is probably not such a great start to me being like, you know what, I'm gonna stream more often in the year. Or this year. Even though streaming is pretty, like, tough when you're, like, really busy most of the time. But you gotta make do. If you're gonna do something, do it. That's what I say. Because you can only put off something for tomorrow over and over again until you're like... That's why tomorrow never comes, and that's why tomorrow... When tomorrow ever does, it's always because it's today. Oh. That was a terrible way of wording it now that I think about it. Wow. That could certainly have been worded a hell of a lot better, but you know what? I'll take what I can get. I might just actually head back to the save point and heal up, cause I ain't in a great place at the moment. Because most likely when that flying monster comes up, like it did before, it's going to have two bodyguards, and those bodyguards are not gonna like me. Namely this thing here, which I don't even know what the enemy is called because they don't... many monsters in this dungeon have something called sensor block. So a sensor is pretty much like an ability that shows you how much health the enemy has and what their elemental weaknesses are, what they're weak to, resistant to, and what they absorb. So this guy's inflicting, okay, that makes it sound like a bad thing. He's putting haste on himself. 56,000 health and, you know, halves all elemental damage. Now, that's interesting. But it seems like he's weak to magic, which now leads me to believe he's probably like non-elemental damage is probably the way to go to beat him. But I'm not going to even try right now because I am after a very specific type of enemy that I think actually might have only about just under 10,000 health. At least from what I've noticed. And the most terrifying thing about this dungeon isn't even the fact that there's strong monsters in this Omega Ruins, but rather the fact that there was a giant plant monster that we just fought, that we just ran into, called Marlboro, and that was a King Marlboro. I'm gonna say Marlboro something. I can't remember what he's called, but yeah. And he is, every time you fight him, it will always be because you've been ambushed. So you'll always see the word ambushed at the top where like all of the monsters get to attack before you do. And immediately this thing will use a move called Bad Breath, which inflicts 3 different status ailments. Poison, of course, because you take damage every turn. Darkness, which completely reduces your accuracy to absolutely nothing. And Confusion, which is you kind of like hurt yourself and your allies around you. Ooh, I was so close, I thought I was going to miss that. Yep. So Ice is the one we're going with. But that's going to do 0 damage to... Oh, crap. I one-shotted the enemy that I was meant to beat with a normal attack. Why did I do that? Oh god, that did not go well. Also with this game, like if you hit L1, R1, L1, R1, L2, R2 and start at the same time, you can actually reset and go back to the main menu like how I did just now. It's a fairly convenient thing to have because it takes a while from the point in which like to finish that fight and then to reload the game. There's actually no way of actually being able to load the game inside of the game. Rather, you need to go back to this point to load the game at all. So I feel like I would have ended up doing that anyways. Unless there's a way of going to the main menu, but I don't think I've actually come across that. And like, I've already put in like 30 hours, so I've gotten so used to the L1, R1, L2, R2 and start combination. Like yeah, save, board the airship, play Blitzball. And then if I go through, I'm pretty sure there should be like a go to the main menu option, but I've just never seen it. Or I've been sniffing my butt too hard and apparently there is actually nothing. To which I would absolutely believe that. Yeah, okay, doesn't look like there is anything. Anyway, I need to capture those flying ball enemy things. Oh no. Another Marlboro King... Wait, what is the name of this thing anyways? Silent... Okay, this time we've got Silence, Berserk, and Poison. So there are other status elements that can be inflicted. So I guess that's just any 3 at random across the board for all of your parties. Like, Berserk increases your attack, but you'll only ever attack. Like, you can't use skills, you can't use items. And so the flashy red, like, the fact that the characters are flashy red is what tells me that. Also, Bad Breath is so unnecessarily OP that literally this Marlboro that I've just encountered has completely wiped out my party. As a result, which is, you know, like I said, that's what makes, you know, going through a dungeon like this all the more scary when you have to be real prepared to go through it. Funnily enough, I've actually made it through a fair amount of this dungeon, only as far as to get the Albed Primer, which is 26 collectibles across the game, where the main character, Titus, learns how to speak a a language called the Albed language, which is a language within the game that only a specific group of individuals actually use. Also known as the Albed or Tinkerers, that generally tend to use machinations in day-to-day life compared to the rest of the world where machines are seen as like almost forbidden because of their not so much culture but religious teachings. Which is interesting because then like these guys are seen as like outcasts almost. Compared to like, you know, the rest of the world. Where like everyone else, you know, prays to Yevon, or which is I think Yevon is the name of the actual religion. I'm just using pray as like a bit of a stopgap like a move that I can use so that I can get to Tidus and I can just escape after that. Because I feel like Yuna's speed is actually just naturally higher than Tidus's. Even though I thought Tidus's speed was pretty high. It's on the higher end, for sure. Special Prey. And it doesn't use up any MP or HP or anything for me to use Prey. So that's at the very least convenient. And I need to capture like 4 of these, and every time I've fought them, I've ended up completely destroying them instead. By using like some ultimate move or something or other. So pretty much, I think I've been very much on the unlucky side. Of like attempting to tame some oddly powerful monsters. I also don't know how much health they have as well, which doesn't help matters. Because before Waka didn't have his taming ball, so now that he's got that, or taming weapon I guess, because he uses a blitzball ball to do that. Hold on. Yeah, catch up. So at the very least, he has a weapon now that I can use. How many... Is my party dead? Confusion, poison, and silence. So what silence does is it stops you from using any sort of magic. Confusion can be stopped, but that would have to be done by like Yuna attacking one of my other characters to stop confusion from kicking in. So like I'm gonna get Yuna to attack Tidus, which completely misses. Holy crap, okay. That was not a good idea at all. Probably should have just used what's gonna happen? Okay, yep, no, my party's dead. My party is unequivocally gone. Burgers right now. There's no way they're surviving this. Yeah. Seems like a string of bad luck is really starting to hit me at the moment. And I don't know how to feel about that. Definitely is a bit of something sus going on here. For sure. How many hours have I actually put into the game? 35. And just close enough to 36 where I can say 36 hours. I think I last saved around 9 minutes ago, so haven't really lost anything per se, but I feel like for each capture I probably want to run back to the save point just so I don't screw myself over. Here we go. Here we go. This is the monster that we're after. Now, as much as I want to use Tidus' ultimate, like his overdrive should be just fine, I'd imagine. Yeah, let's use that. Got it. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay. We can do this. we can do this. I know I'm severely under level for this dungeon, but I'm sure we can capture that thing 4 times. We haven't even done it once yet, jeez. That's insane. I want to be very concerned if anyone turns to stone for sure. That's a big worry for me. I'm sure like Yuna should learn full life soon enough, I think. Because life recovers 50% of the character's health after recovery, whereas full life recovers their health fully. Or maybe I'm a crazy person and I made that up in my head. One or the other, I would imagine. Thank goodness I have mega potions, though. What I wouldn't do without that. Yep, we've just captured Floating Death, which is the monster we're after. I think it's safe to say we can flee now. Though I do want to check to see if, like, capturing the monster, but then fleeing immediately afterwards, if that actually counts. So, I'll probably just save, hop back. Actually, you know what? It should count, yeah. Technically speaking. But then if I'm saying technically now, and it doesn't make a difference after the fact, then... I'll take the word, I'll take the game's word for it, that I've captured that monster. Because I've normally just won the fights every time I captured a monster. Normally, I want to say. But yeah, 1 down, 3 to go. I feel like I've had a string of bad luck quite a bit at the moment. So I'm just kind of being a bit hopeful at the moment. What is that on the left, that pedestal? Is that fire? Because I'm like trying to figure out what that looks like, but I can't, like... I'm pretty sure it must be like darkened fire or something, but... Or inverted looking fire. The color of the fire is inverted. So rather than being red, it'll probably be blue, sort of thing. It just looks so bizarre, you know? I mean, it definitely adds an aesthetic to the dungeon, like there's a sense of danger of being there. So at the very least, like, design, you know, you gotta give Square some props for, like, doing good, and I think this was still the time when Square was still known as Square Soft, because I know Final Fantasy IX was definitely in that area before they discombobulated. When they combined with Enix to make Squaresoft, and Enix became Square Enix. You gotta think what happened to Square Enix of all things when everything started to go kind of downhill for them. Though I suppose in parts they are still on the up and up. In areas like, what have we got? Final Fantasy XIV, which I was actually wanting to jump into, but they had actually shut down the kind of, not the selling of the game because like I already bought it, but rather the creation of new accounts. So I'm just kind of like, okay, I can't create an account. Also, did I just get ambushed? Oh, god damn it. Anyway, yeah, so they stopped the creation of new accounts, and that kind of went tits up with my plan. So now I'm just like, okay, I can't create an account at the moment. So I'll just like wait it out and maybe just play Final Fantasy X as like something else that I can play for the time being. So that's kind of what led me to playing 10 as opposed to any of the other games that I had on my backlog. I do want to take out these guys first. These tiger looking guys. Because the most dangerous enemy is obviously the eye. Like, without a doubt. Oh, Tidus is going under right now. Let's see, White Magic, Kiraga. I might as well use Kiraga now permanently at this point. I feel like I'm using double the MP for not anywhere near as much healing as I should be. 9,200 health left. Not much more to go. Oof, critical hit, nice, nice. Gotta roll the dice on that one though, silence. Not too bothered about that, thank goodness, but definitely bothered by the confusion there. I need to buy more remedies, but I'm running out of money as it is. Okay, so we've at least got that. I keep seeing my audio drop like every now and again. I'm like, god damn it. Come on, OBS, do you think? Okay. The most dangerous thing about this particular, the monster Flying Death that I'm trying to capture here, is that it has an attack that can hit everyone. And it does some heavy damage. Which I think, I don't... Sick. I'm pretty sure you must have used it already on me at some point during one of these fights during the stream so far. Like, I mean, I've been streaming for a while now. 45 minutes, so I'm sure you must have used it already. At least once. I'll use Isuna on Waka. Even though I don't feel like I really even needed to. If my attacks weren't so inaccurate against Flying Death, again flying white, not the flying yellow with lots of patterns on an enemy with the massive tail, which looks oddly sus in its own way. No further comment on that, but yeah. I mean, these tigers have got some massive stashes as well. I mean, that is a mustache. That's a big mustache. I can't tell if that's lights at the end of the giant mustache or what that could be. But I can't imagine having facial hair like that in any capacity to be not even useful, but practical. That's the word I was going for, and then I ended up saying useful instead. So yeah, that's kind of gone down the ditch a bit. Now confusion is starting to hit, which is unfortunate. I feel like I'm going to run out of remedies long before I even get to the point where I'll even be able to capture enough floating death. That's what I'm feeling at the moment. Life, haste, slow guard, nope. Rather item and remedy on Yuna. Remedy on Yuna so I can heal her of confusion. Hits for a solid 3k, nice. Yeah, that's the move right there. That's a heavy amount of damage no matter how you try and look at it. Now, if this guy were to use it again, I think my entire party may very well get wiped out. I got very lucky just now. Attack with him. Oof, missed. That is an oof. That is an oof from Titus. Gonna heal him up, and hopefully I can then use him to use Mega Potion. Like, Mega Potions are super useful, but I haven't been using them that often because, like, I don't know. I feel like I've noticed they're hard to come by. Whereas I have a lot now because of the dude at the battle arena that I was talking to earlier on in the stream. He gave me like 60 of them. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, like, that's a lot. I don't even know what to do with these, but I'm pretty sure I'll find a way to use them. Sweet. So I captured 2 of them now, with only 2 to go. And I keep repeating it over and over again, it's just so I don't personally forget. Again, my memory is just real bad in general. So that's why I like don't want to go back, see how many I've got with him, and then realize, oh, you know, I'm missing 2 at the moment because I only captured, again, 2. Ooh, he a chonky boy. Now, I could very well fight him, but I'd rather not. Because whatever I get from him, I'll probably completely lose if I just get into a unlucky fight against one of those Malboros that are just gonna absolutely tear my entire team apart from just using one bad breath. You're just one bad breath away from a bad Marlboro day. That's what I say. If I said that differently, that totally would have rhymed, I feel like. Or at least sounded a lot more rhymier than the way I actually said it. Away, day, and what was the other one? I can't even remember what I just said. Ooh, this is... I suppose that's where, like, the saying before thinking aspect about me just kind of goes out the window. Like, I speak more than I actually think, or at least as I'm speaking, I'm not really thinking about what I'm saying that much, and then as you know, to some extent, I end up saying something that doesn't make any sense, because it might have been something that I was like thinking about that I was going to say, but then I didn't, but then it kind of all just rumbles in on itself, I suppose. Rumbles in. That also doesn't make any sense. God, what am I saying? Anyway. Right. I'm not getting any hits. Okay, so I found a Tonberry instead. I think this is a Mega Tonberry? A Mega Tonberry or a King Tonberry. I can't remember exactly what this Tonberry is. But he's the strongest one. I think Don Tonberry is weaker than this guy. Or I could be completely wrong about that again. Like, he's got 48,000 health. Nope, Don Tonberry is actually strong because he's got about 300,000. Because the thing is that Don Tonberry can actually one-hit everyone in my party. Which doesn't help matters, but like, you gotta find a way to level up somehow, you know? And this seems to be the easier of the options anyways. Or the one that you can reach the soonest. If you can prep everything up, of course. I'm surprised I'm not actually getting more flying deaths, but even so, like, I'm after one very specific monster in a dungeon that's got a pretty wide variety of beasties across the board. So, all in all, the odds shouldn't be that bad, I would say. Given that there are some real strong suckers further in the dungeon. more importantly, like Omega Weapon and stuff, which would actually tear my entire party apart without a second thought. So trying to take on an enemy like Penance, which is the super boss of this game, among other super bosses, I guess, would be practically suicide almost. No, not practically, definitely would be. Are you kidding me? I only just barely made it through the Yoonaliska boss fight. I don't know if luck is shining on me at this point, but it certainly is looking quite interesting at the moment. Now, what do I want to do here? What I might do is I'll use Protect. Not, yeah, actually, not Yoon is going to use Protect on herself. It might not protect me from stone, but it'll at least do less damage. Now, who do I want to aim for? Do I want to aim for the Flying Death or rather the enemies? Because I could keep attacking Flying Death over and over again, but if I keep missing, that's going to be a problem. And again, Flying Death has less than 10k health. I managed to at least deduce that much. Ooh, that's not looking good at the moment. I'm gonna have to Mega Potion my way through this fight somehow. Because I'm playing with fire, having Yuna still have what do I do? I cannot leave her stoned. Because the thing is that if one of my allies is stoned or petrified, I keep saying stoned. Petrified. When one of my characters is petrified, like I can't. Oh no! Oh no! Is it all over? Okay, I've captured Floating Death. If I can just somehow escape. Crap! Like Icarus, I flew way too close to the sun and I got burned. My wings completely fell off. That's where trying to figure out whether or not beating the enemies or aiming for the main enemy, the main one that I'm after, is a good idea. Because again, they can inflict stone, and I don't know if I got unlucky or like what happened there. I'd rather fight the tigers than those lizards, but you know, praise be to RNGesus, I guess. I don't even know how much health these enemies have, because, you know, sensor won't work on them. Yeah, random number generator isn't really giving me much benefit at the moment. Definitely not benefit of the doubt, at least. Right. Abilities, Yuna, Cura, Yuna. There we go. Gotta heal up a little. Like, immediately. These things are also so fast, they actually keep having their turns over and over, so if I do fight those lizards, I'm probably better off using, what's it called, Heiska on my entire party. Just so I can get at least a speed advantage on these guys. And I can get a few more turns in there. Or a turn or two every now and again. Because like I said, these guys are fast. This flee ability is also just too good at escaping fights when you don't want to be there, or don't need to, or just want to escape. Keep getting ambushed by these things, god damn it. What doesn't help though is that when some enemies do get petrified and then they completely shatter, you can't recover them unless you actually end the battle, or either you end the fight or you escape from it. Which I guess is ending it with a very different result. Hopefully when I get stronger, I should be able to then take on, you know, enemies in this dungeon. Even though I might be having a tough time now. I got a preemptive strike, but then again that kind of doesn't really mean anything, since this isn't the fight that I wanted to get into. So we'll just block, so we'll just kind of skip out on this one. God, my controller is so purple. I just can't help but look at it and be like, man, that is purple. To which I feel like anyone would look at and say, yeah, well, of course it's purple. I mean, that's the color it is. But it feels aggressively purple. This is a very strange offhand comment to make about something that, like, you guys can't really see, but still, it's funny. It's funny to say the least. I feel like anyone could just Google the PS5 controls and be like, yep, that is a purple controller. Now, how unlucky am I today? Let's find out. Ooh, that darkness though. Reduced accuracy by like 90%. Alright, so we managed to escape. All well and good. Also, by interacting with the save area, the save orb or whatever, you can recover your health and MP fully. So that's a convenient thing to have, for sure. So if you like see me interacting with that, then you probably know why I'm doing it, which is to either save or heal myself. But you can kind of tell whether or not I actually save. Oof. Oof, indeed. I guess I'm gonna have to use Remedy on Tidus and then I can just use Flee from there. I can only get so lucky for so long before I'm kind of like, you know what, I think my luck is running out at this point. Okay, we have ourselves some enemies. Now, what I'm probably going to do is I'm probably going to bring out one of the summons and then just go from there. So like say, who should I bring out? Shiva, yep. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to focus on the enemies on the sides first, and then aim for the flying death enemy after that. I feel like I keep using the wrong name every time, whether it be flying death, floating death, etc., etc. But the main thing is it's the one in the middle that I want to capture.
Be strong.
Okay, Heavenly Strike on this one. About 2,000 damage, okay. Oof, out in one turn, jeez. Like, again, these things deal an insane amount of damage as well. Like, they're strong enemies. I guess that's what it means for it to be like sort of an optional dungeon that can only be accessed like what could be described as post-game, because like this game doesn't really have a post-game so much as it's like you know, like the point of no return does exist in this game. And I'm kind of like almost at that point of no return area anyways. Yeah. Is he dead yet? Is he dead yet? No! Oh. Okay. I'm gonna have to use that Mega Po. I just realized the walk is stoned. Oof, I'm playing a dangerous game here. What's it gonna be? Okay. I'm probably better off healing Yuna and Tears for now, because everyone is going to attack. If both of them get stoned, I definitely do not want to speak too soon here. Okay. We've still got Waka. To an extent, mind you. To an extent, we've still got him. If I were to use Hastegar, like, where would this put? But we're still in a dangerous spot regardless, because we've got two... Both of my allies could still get stoned, mind you. Not stoned, petrified. Because Waka's already petrified. I feel like I need to, you know, have all three characters here with me. I've got Mega Phoenixes as well. So if I do lose them by them characters dying, I can at least use a Mega Phoenix. Why does everyone keep getting hit with? I feel like every attack that these lizards do, it's a guaranteed you're going to turn them to stone, I guess. Alright, now that I'm here, what I'll do is I'll attack with Waka. Finally, I've got an attack in, so the Zorus is now dead. So at least I now have some breathing room, rather than like potentially getting two petrified allies in a single turn. It's only going to be one. God damn it, he's petrified again. Every single time. Alright, so I'm going to heal everyone, and then I'm going to Hastegar is going to Hastegar everyone in the party. Okay, now things are going to look pretty much on the up and up from here. Because everyone's buffed. Again, stone is the only thing to look out for. Petrification only. Remedy. rather soft. So I'm going to heal Waka now, and he is going to attack that enemy, and then I'm going to use Bright Magic Cura on Tidus. Yep. Get him to full health. Even though Tidus is the one who's got haste, like, he's not moving a lot in terms of turns. Like, it feels kind of weird. And also now he missed, which really is like, oof, that's not looking too good for me. I kind of was hoping things would be on the up and up from here, but it does not look any better than it did before. Special prey, here we go. Maybe I think I got a little bit ambitious trying to be like, you know what, during the stream is when I'll hopefully get, or by the end of the stream I should have, like, you know, the preparations done for like my XP farming that I'm going to be doing. I think I might have been a little bit too positive on the idea that that was actually going to happen. Cura on Waka. I mean, I want to try and keep everyone as alive and healthy as possible, but being real for a moment, that might not necessarily be the case for the most part. There we go, floating death. It was floating, not flying, so that is a correction to myself. 17,000 AP, sweet. So I'm just going to heal up and save. I only need to get one more. Just one more. So, the reason why I'm wanting to unlock the Evil Eye fight, which is the one that I'm trying to get now, which is the final monster that I need, is because Evil Eye drops an item, or drops a weapon, rather, that, that drops a weapon that allows me to triple the amount of AP that I actually get. So in the end, it's going to be used to amplify the amount of AP I get, and hence amplify the amount of multiply the amount of levels that I go up. And I'm dead. God damn it, game. Like, all because I got ambushed at the beginning. Like, it said ambushed at the top of the screen, but I completely didn't notice it. But I could tell because all of the enemies attacked, and then they all attacked again because of their speed stats being higher than mine. Well, I suppose I say all, like, Floating Death has the lowest speed of those three enemies anyways. God, my party's weak sauce. That's exactly why I need to grind up these levels. Okay, special flea, yep. Now I just need to go to abilities, Yuna, and Cura Waka. Time to cure set Waka. Fleet, yep. There we go. It seems like somehow, like, Tidus has now gotten faster than Yuna for some reason, even though Yuna's been faster than Tidus for, like, the better part of this game, for me at least. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot better. That's what I'm used to, is, Yuna being faster. I don't know, I'm pretty sure she does have the highest speed stat anyways. Oh, not speed, agility, sorry, agility is what it's called. In this game, whereas like in Pokemon it's called speed. Was it? Yeah, agility, 29, 38, 36. So, albeit barely, Yuna is higher. Tonberry. That's not ideal. Special prey, yep. Right, special flee, yep. Of course, running away gives you no experience, so you kind of, you can't really blame the game for that. Now, jeez, okay. Attack. I was like this close to thinking, yeah, he's gonna get turned to stone. This close. There we go. Kira, Waka. Now these are some bulky enemies, so like their speed is not going to be great. Anyways. Another Tonberry here. Special prey and then... God damn these lizards though. They're called Zorus, aren't they? Or Zaros or Zorus? I'm just gonna call them Lizorus because they're lizard dinosaur things, I guess. I don't know, I don't think I'd even really be able to keep that up because it's not even worth the effort of calling these enemies that are just so annoying to fight. I've still got less health and stats lower than what other people would probably be have at this point in the game. Like, I think I saw a lot of the walkthroughs against the Yoonaliska fight, which I feel like I'm using quite a bit for reference purposes on like where I'm at with the story. And people have got like characters that have way more health or way more stats than what I did when I faced and beat her, albeit that like maybe the fight did actually take me like 45 minutes of all things. 45 minutes though for like a 3-stage boss fight, where the first stage had 24k health, second stage had 46k, and then like the third stage had 60k. So that's still like a sizable amount of health at a total of about 130,000. Which is quite a lot anyways, but yeah. It was a long fight as a result. Felt long though. And I think I looked up Dark Bahamut's stats, which I need to beat to get the stuff that I forgot after that fight. And he has, I think, 4 million health, so I want to be extra prepared for, like, you know, whatever the game has to throw at me. And plus, again, you know, keeping penance is like, that's the aim for me to be as well. So, I'm pretty sure penance has 100 million health. Or am I crazy and he only has 20 though? But it is incredibly high though. Like, there's no doubt about it. I might actually just Google it just to be sure. Penance FF10. Here we go. Is the most powerful super boss in the PAL International and HD remasters of Final Fantasy X. Located on the Calm Lands, but fought on... before on the deck of the airship alongside left and right arm. So it's got like 3 parts to it. Okay, so he has about 12 million health. Why did I think he had 100 million health? Absorbs elemental damage and has powerful attacks. Considered to be the most dangerous boss. With each of his hands having around 500k each. He just got turned to stone, man. He got turned to stone. I'm probably better off using soft on him, actually. Remove that petrification. I'm just thinking whether or not there's anything else I need to do. I can just escape. Should do. If I go to abilities, Yuna, Cura, and just heal everyone up. I know the save point is just here, but that's mostly just to heal up Yuna's MP that's being used to heal everyone, as I keep trying to find just one more fight against Floating Death. Which again makes him sound cooler than he actually is. He's just like the strongest Ahriman in the game. Ahriman. Like the model of this monster in earlier Final Fantasy games is just Ahriman, and I think that used to be the strongest, the weakest version of it. But in this game is the second strongest version of this particular monster design of a floating eyeball. And after playing through this game, one thing that I've realized is that Final Fantasy games, especially like later on, like when I think about 13, 13.2, and 15, there aren't as many really hidden secrets that need to be well thought out to figure out. Like dodging 200 lightning bolts in a row, yes, that's incredibly annoying, but that's like such a weird thing to be able to be like, once you do that, you actually get an item that will help you, you know, get the ultimate weapon for each of the characters. Like, that helps in some way. Like, crazy design aside, albeit frustrating at worst, like, that's actually kind of clever. Again, I'm not going to discount the fact that it is incredibly annoying and I haven't done it yet, and I'm most likely going to try it on stream as I attempt to get through it. Though I feel like more often than not, I'm going to get very, very frustrated. I guess it's just a matter of getting the rhythm down, really. Or with what's some other bizarre ones? Ah, the Chocobo Race. How did I forget? So beating a race within 0.0 seconds. It sounds so bizarre when you think about it, and then like that's like another thing that you wouldn't have been told to be able to figure out. But it's a well hidden treasure that you get if you can accomplish, that feat. Yeah, there's so much, man. There's so much interesting stuff. Because one thing I was doing prior to getting this leveling up, like I was preparing to do all this leveling up stuff to prepare for it. Before this, I was actually fighting a bunch of summon boss fights at the temple that's located just east of the Calmlands. And that is how you get the Major Sisters. Which I haven't got yet because I need to get the other summons first before I can even do that. But again, like, that's something that's hidden off from the main path, but if you do happen to run into it, which is incredibly unlikely as well, even if... This, of course, takes the assumption that you've never played Final Fantasy X before. You would most likely miss that, which I know for a fact that I did. I didn't miss it in my first run through of Final Fantasy X, oddly enough, but I did miss it this time around. And I mean, I've played through Final Fantasy X a few times, but never actually finished it. Like, I think the furthest I've ever really made was, again, that Yoonaliska boss fight that I keep referring to, that I've just recently beat. Like that, again, it's a tough boss, but there are tougher bosses out there, and I feel like that shouldn't have stopped me from continually trying. Even if I was a bit underleveled. Because at the moment I'm underleveled, and I can tell you for a fact that I'm likely having a tougher time now than I probably would have before. Looks like I'm not getting very lucky with my draws at the moment. So I don't think it will be a good idea to play some Yu-Gi-Oh! Or some Card Fight Vanguard after this. Which is... I probably should stream some Card Fight Vanguard as well, because recently I got Card Fight Vanguard X. On the PlayStation... on the Japanese PlayStation store. And it's actually a really good adaptation of the TCG in digital format, really. Albeit that the game never released outside of Japan, and I don't think it ever will, because I don't think like there's a lot of people who actually partake in Vanguard outside of Japan all that much. As much as you would really want more people to jump in. Though again, I've been trying to get into more card games, and I knew nothing about Vanguard about a week ago, and now I'm playing it on my phone every now and again, while trying to get better cards, make more different types of decks, figure out the meta strategy behind, how does movement work, how can I make abilities work with each other, or effects rather, while still trying to figure out what do I do with my rear guards, damage dip, how do I make better use of that, and all the rest of it. There's a lot that goes into it, but yeah. It's tough learning a new card game when it's kind of been established a bit already. Because I've got a few games in Japanese that I do on a stream, but like people who like pass by and watch the stream are probably not gonna really like understand what's going on, and like I can't really translate fast enough to kind of keep people in on the loop, so I don't know whether that'll actually be worth it, but I do want to try that at least. Because I've got quite a few games, like again Cardinal Vanguard being like one such example of like, how do I explain Vanguard to a person? But then again, like it is fairly simple to understand for the most part. It's just getting the terminology down that's probably the most difficult thing. Like how the main card you've got is your Vanguard, and then around your Vanguard you've got your rear guards. And then you've got the damage zone, you've got where the deck is, you've got... then you've got the 3 different types of triggers, like draw trigger, stand trigger, and I forgot what the other one was called. Yeah, I guess it was just mainly getting the terminology down. Yet somehow Yu-Gi-Oh seems so much more simpler, with like magic cards, trap cards, but then without thinking too much about the meta and being like, oh, you know, spell speed 2, 3, 4, what does that mean? What, use of monster effects, chaining. How chaining works, I think, is definitely more on the complicated side of Yu-Gi-Oh as well. Like when you cause a chain, and then when you can cause a chain through a variety of effects, and then when you resolve the chain, you always do it backwards. The difference between if and when effects, that was another thing as well, which that falls more on the confusing side, granted. What are these monsters called? I feel like I should know. Because they have like a clever pun-like name. It's like demon and wall, but like somehow cleverly put together. Sometimes the name does actually pop up where the, you know, where the health is with the elemental resistances, weaknesses, etc. No name. It's been a while since I've actually run into like another... Hold on. Yeah, I think I'm really down on my luck right now. Say it ain't so is what I'm thinking right now. I didn't think I was actually going to spend my entire stream just being like, I'm looking for floating death right now, and I'm not having much luck in finding 4 of the buggers. Granted, I hit some unlucky spells right there every now and again, but, you know, yeah. Again, more or less just unlucky. Gargantuan turtle dude who can absorb fire attacks. Okay. But I feel like it would be better to use magic against him, given that giant shell is probably going to provide a decent amount of physical defense. Okay. Come on, game. Don't be like this. Yep. Okay, game, you're gonna be like that, aren't you? I feel like this isn't working out too well for me. I'm supposed to capture 4 of these bastards. I've done 3 of them already, and I'm short 1, and yet somehow there's just none coming up. Alright, let's just sort of piddle around here for a bit longer. Piddle and be damned, we've got him. Okay. I've got to choose my moves very carefully here because any... I'm just going to use Mega Potion on everyone. And then White Magic. Protect on Yuna. At the very least, you'll take less damage, but it's not really going to help much at all. Okay. Oof. That was close. That was close. I'm sweating bullets right now. Sweating bullets. With that petrification. Floating Death captured. Sweet. And now I can just overdrive my way through the enemies.
I'm pulling out all the stops.
Alright, who we got? What element are we gonna hit? Red. So fire. Alright, let's burn him down. Does it attack both? Yeah, it attacks both. Sweet. Okay. The question is, should I keep fighting or should I just run and escape? Because I'm like taking on more than I can actually hope to. Why on earth did I think attacking was going to be a good idea? Okay. I won the fight this time, who knows if it'll happen again. Also, him laughing just looks really off on, Waka laughing while he's got haste on definitely doesn't look right. Alright, so I'm gonna save, because I've got everything that I need. I've unlocked all of the fights now to start grinding the levels to make all of my characters stronger. We're in a good spot. I have a good feeling about this. Let's jump onto the airship and go to the monster arena. All the way in the Calmlands. Here we go.
Here we go.
It sounds like Sid was way too excited. Now I've already saved, so I don't need to do that again at least. Let's grab ourselves a Chocobo. Let me ride one. Yeah, boy. I feel like I could spend an entire stream just trying to do one... trying to do like one thing, like trying to get the Chocobo Race at 0.0 seconds, or dodging 200 lightning bolts, or doing the Chocobo Race outside of the temple, the extra dungeon temple-ish thing, where you race the other Chocobo to the middle of like the arena. You know, you get like a few things there. The ultimate eyeball. Not now. Gotta make a living? Yeah, sure you do. Alright, fight monsters, so... the fights that you want to unlock to be able to set yourself up is... Don Tonberry, Kotos, which is the third one on the list for both of these, under Area Conquest, and then Species Conquest, yep, the One Eye. Okay, cool. So I've unlocked those 3 fights, so that's the first step. The next step is gonna be... okay. So the idea is now to fight the One Eye over and over again until I can get the triple AP weapon. So, it's a weapon that triples the amount of AP that I get, and AP is what will allow me to level up. So it's going to triple the amount of XP I get, essentially. That's at its core what we're looking at. Though I have to fight this thing over and over again. It takes about 8,000 gil per fight. I don't even know how much health this thing is going to have, so I got to be real prepared for what I'm up against. And I don't think I'm strong enough to handle it, but you know what? That's just what grinding is. You start off at like the weakest point, and then you just get stronger from there. Fight monsters, Species Conquest, and One Eye. Yep, I am definitely sure about that. So, this thing recovers 100 health. I don't know how much health he has, because I forgot to change my weapons. Oh my god. I don't think the amount of health this thing has is even known. But anyway. I probably should have googled it, actually. That would have helped. Looked at the Final Fantasy wiki and been like, you know what? I could probably take this thing on. Oh well. Anyway. No harm, no foul. This thing is probably going to attack with a lot of... time to Shallotte. $2,000 damage. Not bad. Shockwave. Oh, did he just... I feel like I kind of got ripped out of 8,000 gil right now. What the heck? I mean, I knew that the monsters were going to be strong. I didn't realize that they were going to be this tough. Hold on, I need to look this up. I wonder if there's like an actually decent strategy that I can use to take these guys on. Let's see, so it's called the One Eye. I probably should have prepared myself for this, but I guess I really didn't. So this thing has about 150,000 health. Which means fighting this thing is going to be very long and drawn out. Interesting, okay, I might actually want to do some grinding before I even touch that fight again. Holy cow, I got my, like, ass handed to me without, like, a second thought. Wow. Okay, what does everyone's stats look like at the moment? Because I think the max is 255 across the board. Strength, defense, magic, agility, luck, and evasion. But I think I'm going to aim for 255 on everything. Except for luck, which I think we can kind of handle it at about 150, I think. I mean, I think that should be fine. Interesting. What's it called? That might be the most efficient way that I'm trying to prepare for, but I'm definitely underprepared to prepare myself with the other options. Jesus. Okay. Because yeah, with the Don Tonberry trick, essentially you can gain like 99 sphere levels in a single battle. Ideally, that's what I was actually going to go for, but I think I might be way out of my league, and I might actually be better off grinding in other places like the Omega Ruins, for instance, which is where I was at before. Or rather, before I even touch the Omega Ruins, because the thing is, you only gain AP for characters who have participated in battle. And when I say participated, I mean like at least used the attack command, or used any single command while they were active in the party. So what I'm thinking is grinding in the Omega Ruins. But yeah, after I would have gotten the triple AP weapons from that fight, which I'm pretty sure would have taken multiple fights to do, before I even touch that, I'm probably just gonna get myself strong enough to actually be able to beat the One Eye to start off with. Yeah, I guess I was getting a bit too ambitious with this one, given where I currently am at the moment. What I might do now is... Yeah, actually, you know what? Let's grind at the Omega Ruins. I'm pretty sure there are enemies that I should be able to beat quite easily, though those were in massive air quotes. But I mean, like, the idea is for me to actually hit max level with every character anyway, so at the very least I've done some setting up that I won't have to do in future, at least. Let's see what kind of fights I'll get myself into. First thing you see the Malboro and you're like, nah bro, that ain't happening, chief. Okay, I think this fight might actually be a bit too much for me. I mean, sure enough, if those bombs explode and I haven't defeated them yet, they won't give me XP as far as I'm aware. Yeah, you know what, I'll try and take on this fight and see what I get myself into. I'm gonna put a Null Blaze, thinking that somehow that middle monster is going to use fire on me at some point, and I can just neutralize that completely. White magic, and it's gonna be Sloga? Nah, Haska. There we go. And then Waka is going to attack this one. 1000 damage, really? This thing must have a lot of defense. That's what I'm led to believe now. Shell. So those smaller guys are going to attack with physical attack, so I need to use Protect on everyone as well. Just to at least be able to halve the damage. Blizzara, okay. That is the exact opposite of what I thought it was going to do. Phoenix down. Poison Mist, okay. Blizzara, ooh, he attacked twice. Oh, and she's confused now, damn, okay. Okay, this isn't working out too well. Maybe I do need to go back to Zanarkand Ruins and kind of like grind my way through, because yeah, things aren't looking good, like, at all. I'm like, I feel like I'm talking a big game, just being like, oh yeah, I'm gonna fight Penance, and it's like, oh, can't even beat the enemies that I need to get the items and XP that'll get me up there, but you gotta start somewhere. So I can absolutely destroy like all of the earlier game enemies anyway, so it all works out. Jump aboard the airship and we're going straight to Zanarkand Ruins. The last story-related or story-based location in the game before hitting the area that I'm currently up to. Walking down this road and hearing this music, which I don't know if you can hear it, is the same music as in the main menu, and it feels like that there's some sort of finality to what's happening in the game. It almost feels unreal to an extent as well. That's an Ari idea. You know, I just swap her out with Lulu, who can then use Black Magic. Faraga, hahaha.
You like it hot.
Oh, he puts up his dukes, so he's wanting to counter any attacks that I send his way. The only thing he won't counter though is magic, so we're in a good spot with having Lulu out. If I send out Yuna, just check to see how much health he's got left. 168, easy. Tidus, I choose you.
Yeah.
Come to think of it, I think in terms of equipment for Lulu, I think she should have a sensor. Yeah, it's a sensor for that. Taming, Ogre Killer. Maybe we'll give him piercing into the stride. He doesn't have any sensor weapons. For Kimari. Maybe we'll just give Kimari the Hunter Spear, which is his main weapon anyway, so that's got a sensor. Yeah, we'll stick with Claw. Catcher for that, for him. Yep, so I think that's everyone's weapons. I want to try and get everyone involved in all of the fights so they all equally gain as much AP as the other. So I'll just empty out Walker's 3 S levels that he's got. Okay. Power Sphere. Here we go. Tidus. Move him to here, I think. Yeah. Speed, and I think the other, yeah, increasing accuracy is also using the speed sphere as well. Evasion and accuracy. That makes sense. I mean, both are kind of speed related. Or definitely speed related, I guess. And we'll move to here. So I can use Speed Sphere to increase agility and Speed Sphere to increase evasion. And there's something about this music, you know? It hits in just the right ways. It's like Dearly Beloved from the Kingdom Hearts soundtrack. Like, no matter how many times I like hear that song, like, it will always be a banger in my heart, without a doubt. And I feel like no one can really deny that, but as I say that, I mean, like, everyone's got different music tastes, so of course, it's just, yeah, something about it, it's just so good as a song. Every time I hear it, I'll just close my eyes and just listen to it and just, you know, take it all in. It's one of the reasons to love Kingdom Hearts at the end of the day. I mean, what more do I even need to say? Isuna on Kimari. I'm then going to swap out Kimari for Riku, who's actually, now that I think about it, I do need to steal 100 times as well, so that's going to be another thing I'll be doing quite a bit of. I'm pretty sure. I think Tidus is still poisoned, yeah. I'm going to swap her out for Waka. It's clear which characters I use the most whenever I have Tidus and Waka in it. Like, they just happen to absolutely destroy anything in front of me, unless it's something that I'm clearly just underprepared for. The Earth be a Quaken and Tidus be very hidden. God damn, man. He did though. And I suppose all of these fights are going to give me a decent amount of money as well. 7,000 damage, that's a lot. Mandragora captured. I'm sure like that Final Fantasy X is like a massively nostalgic game for quite a lot of people. Weirdly enough, it isn't for me, but that's only because I never really had a PS2 back in the day. I had an Xbox instead, so I think I feel like I had more. As much as it is a joke to many people within the Xbox community, especially those that were around in the original days, what's it called? Brute Force, man. Like that was a fun time. All right, I'll put it out there. Not the best game by any stretch in any capacity whatsoever, but it was decent. All right, I'm gonna put that out there. Third person squad based shooter, like, yeah, good stuff all around. Yuna, swap her in, give white magic Cura. Because the last time I played through Final Fantasy X was actually on the PS3 as part of like similar to this remaster, and as usual, didn't really get past the Yoonaliska boss fight as well. I really shouldn't have let something like that get in the way of my enjoyment of this game, because again, it's an enjoyable game, given that really the main combat is a group, like two groups, just twatting each other over the foreheads with like whatever weapons they might have. Swapping everyone just sort of in and out and getting, you know, damage in there. Titus attacks. Swap in Yuna, and we're going white magic Cura on Luna. Yeah, now he puts up his dukes. So this is the perfect time for it to be Lulu's turn. Faraga. $3,000 damage still ain't enough, Chief. I'm just gonna hit Chia on this one. And then I'm gonna swap in Waka. And I'm gonna increase everyone's accuracy with aim. Because he's not gonna do anything until I attack him. And you know what, since I'm here, I'm just gonna use haste on Lulu so it gets to be her turn sooner. Since her speed, I think, is like abysmally low. Faraga. 3,000 damage, hell yeah. And Waka should be able to finish him off with at least 2,000 to 3,000 damage. Yeah, I'm not really gaining a lot of XP, to be honest. Yet even then, like, the amount of... Maybe I was being a little bit too hopeful in trying to level myself up here. I'm just going to use haste going, everyone. You know, get a few attacks in there every now and again. Just completely destroy the enemy. Then I'm going to swap him out for Ori. Attacks. Then he attacks. Who's he going to poison? Ooh, completely misses. Yuna. Protect on Lulu. And then Lulu uses Faraga again. Cup out. Right. now I'm going to switch into Kimari. Attacks. Ooh, and a critical hit as well. Neat. Faraga, and then I'm going to swap out and steal from him again with Riku. Stealing 100 times though, that's going to take a while to hit, I think. I don't know how I managed to do on the PS3 though, so much earlier in the game. I'm going to swap her with Waka. Because I know Waka's going to deal some insane damage. Like that is straight up 7,000 damage right there. From just those 2 attacks alone. But I feel like it's going to be so much more later on. I don't know, I can't remember off the top of my head. Wait, we have a Faraga. Fire, Thunder, Water, Blizzard, Fire, Thunder... Oh, right, I'm using Kimari right now, not... Unlocking all the limit caps for each person's weapon? Not really, Party City. I haven't really done that yet. But then again, like, I've been trying to... what I'm thinking about doing is trying to get everyone's ultimate weapons. But that's gonna be a bit of a stretch at the moment until I can start making my characters at least a little bit stronger to start off with. But that's what I'm wanting to do, is to like hopefully like break the limit on everyone's caps, because I think the limit is 9999, but I think the only way I can do more damage than that is using what's it called, using Bahamut's overdrive. Now, oof, I don't think I ever managed to beat this guy because he's got resistances across the board. NBA, that's what I meant, the ultimate weapons cap. Yeah, that's actually a fair assumption to make, that get the ultimate weapons unlocks the cap. But then again, like, I have never actually played the game that far neither. Or I mean you've of course played the game, but I haven't, so I can't really say that it does. But a quick Google search will probably help me out on that one. But I think I feel like I rushed through the game a little bit too much and didn't really, you know, walk around a bit slow and actually fight more enemies rather than run away. Which just kind of like led me to the situation. But grinding is an important part in like all RPGs anyways, so how can it not be an RPG without a bit of a grind there? Now I just gotta figure out, I gotta use sheer. Because I got haste on everyone. I don't... will this guy get hit by slow? That's what I'm contemplating right now. I don't think that this slime is affected by or is invulnerable to... Actually, you know what? Delay attack. I really should have been doing that. Oh no, he's immune to his attacks being delayed. Oof, that's disappointing. Accuracy, that's not going to be a bit of an issue. Silence? Oh, silence them. Ah, take that. Take that. This one's going to be a long fight, I feel like. Like, even if I did overdrive it... Oh yeah, I'm probably better off overdriving it, really. Because I still need to unlock all of, like, Waka's overdrives as well. By doing, like, Blitzball. Okay, it's after yellow. And this one's after blue. Pow pow! 300 damage, holy crap, that was low. Let's hit him with some slice and dice. My math might be off, but I don't think I did much more than 300 damage. Oh yeah, no, Potty City, I definitely agree with you, man. There was so much like extra content. Like, looking back at it now, it kind of feels like the games are missing so much heart and effort that was put in. It kind of feels a little bit disappointing almost, when you think about it. Thanks for the follow, man. I appreciate you. Appreciate. But yeah, no, the side stuff definitely added a lot to the game. Because it actually felt genuinely fun to like play triple triads in 8. And if you wanted to bang your head against the wall, you had the jump rope in 9. Like, you know, there's so much good stuff. Though, honestly, it's been a while since I played 8 or 9, but I definitely do want to, you know, sit down and play those games a bit more as well. Also, I need to get my overlays sorted out, because when you followed me, Potty City, like, nothing came up on the screen, so I probably want to get that sorted out soon. Actually, I'm pretty sure Final Fantasy IX had more than just the jump rope. I'm trying to remember what else there was, because that was my favorite in the sort of mainline games as well. But then that's probably because, like, I just, it's probably because that game had Vivi. I think that was the main reason. Vivi is the man. It had a card game, 8 and 9. Oh, 9 did have a card game! But I feel like I didn't really think about it that much, because when I think of card games, I immediately think triple triads, and then that's like, of course, Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, no, very true. What was 9's card game called? Oh no, don't bring up Vivi, man. Oh, he was... Like, he was the reason that I loved Final Fantasy IX the most. I do want to relive Final Fantasy IX again. But... Because, like immediately at the beginning of the game, where you kind of like see him getting bullied a little bit by like the kids, and then you kind of like find out who Vivi is, or like, oh, it's so depressing. Oh my god. I could just keep gushing on and on about it. Like, that's the stuff that made 9, like, personally speaking, my favorite game in the series. People think, you know, oh, 7 because it looks so good. And honestly, like, 7 is good. So all these years. Oh. Man after my own heart. Man after my own heart. Yeah. Being... I don't even want to say it just because of like how sad it was. Vivi deserved better. If I'm being completely honest. Like, he deserved better. He was done dirty. Seven, for sure, had... It was a complicated story because they created a prequel and a sequel before they made the original, almost. As, like... Because there are references to Zack, who we don't even know existed in Final Fantasy VII, and then we learn about him in 2006's Crisis Core and stuff. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, I'm definitely with you, Party City. Like, the older Final Fantasies were, at least I found, more enjoyable as well. Though for me, I played 1 and 2 and enjoyed those. 3 I didn't play. That's the one supposedly where Onion Knight came from, which we now know in Dissidia. Hey, Zack in the remake. I actually haven't played the remake. Oh god, okay, now this is going down a rabbit hole of, like, admitting things I probably shouldn't on the internet. It isn't even a remake anymore, so much as it's just a new game altogether. But man, what I wouldn't do to see Zack again. Like, we kind of missed out on, like, the really cheerful character, because, like, man. Again, like, I think that Crisis Core is a better game than Final Fantasy VII because it had a tight story, it was really good, the characters were excellent, you kind of, like, learn all of these cool things. Would it have been as cool if it happened without Final Fantasy VII being out there? Cloud's personality is so bland, man, nothing up to look up to. It's funny because Cloud used to be so energetic, like when he first joined the army, when you see him in Crisis Core before he, takes this whole moody blues approach. Oh man, and even then, he assimilated not even Zack's personality, but almost Zack's life as he picked up the Buster Sword after the ending of Crisis Core, which, again, I don't want to say what happens for a PSP exclusive, like, that game deserved better. Now I'm getting nostalgic for, like, the Final Fantasy games, which I honestly didn't think I would end up doing. Because I've played most of the mainline games, but man, it just puts everything into perspective. Oh god, Sephiroth. Potty City, that quote of, I will give you despair, is that from Final Fantasy VII, or is it from Crisis Core? Because I can't remember quotes exactly, since they're both pretty meaty games. But yeah, no, FF7 Remake is one that I should have really gotten into. FF7 Advent Children. Oh, the movie. Yes, the movie. Okay, the movie was a mess. I'm gonna be real. The movie was a bit of a mess. Okay, I think the fight against this slime is a lost cause now at this point. I think I might just escape, because I am not using optimum strategies. But Advent Children was like the unnecessary addition, because everybody wanted a better looking FF7 and instead got a movie. Which was... I don't want to know how unfortunate you want to call that. It definitely felt unnecessary in so many ways. Like the virus with the kids in the church. I feel like the main reason anyone really watched the movie was Tifa, just absolute bomb. But then she looks better in FF7 Remake than, or at least what I've seen from FF7 Remake, than Advent Children. Though I suppose, Advent Children came out in like, what, 2005? Oh man, she can definitely knock me out into 7th Heaven any day. I don't know if I'm going to regret saying that later on, but we'll see how that goes. What have I got? I need to revive. Revive you. It's crazy how wide multimedia like Final Fantasy has gotten. Riku, Waka, Kimari, Lulu. What else have we got? So we've like talked about 7, 8, 9. 7, of course, overhyped, I suppose, in its own way. And then you've got, like, you know, 8. 8 was an interesting one where people really like it, and it's very ambiguous, which I appreciate, because there's so many fan theories about the about 8 and how it turned out, or how like the story turns out, but never is really explained, and no one really. There was never a sequel made for 8, no prequel. It was never really touched, redone all that much. It's still a pretty solid game with like junctioning your equipment, which is neat in its own way. Now, I'm concerned if I walk into there that I'm gonna run into Dark Bahamut. Even though I do actually want to fight more enemies. I've already saved, so at the very least I'm good on that part, so I can just soft reset if I need to. Then you can just like fight a bunch of enemies around here. Hopefully you're not running into Dark Bahamut. But goddamn though, yeah. Final Fantasy VIII. It's such a weird game, because it falls into a category of it's absolutely loved by the fans because of, and I don't know if it's because of all of the theories, but it is still like a really solid game in its own right as well. Like I mentioned, the junctioning system and stuff. And of course, I think Omega Weapon being like one of the toughest bosses in the game. Oh, no, being the toughest boss in the game, and likely one of the toughest in the entire series, actually. Now, is it though? Because there are lots of tough bosses throughout the series, like, without a doubt. Game's got a lot going for it, though. Wait, I've already used Unawaka, Riku, Tidus. I could probably, I'm now thinking about streaming, what's it called, Dissidia now. Because that could be a fun game to, stream, because I feel like not a lot of people really gave that a shot either. When you leave like PSP games aside, like how damn, what's it called? Final Fantasy like Advent Children deserved better by being released on another platform. Oof, is everyone dead? Nope. No dice. Alright, fire. That might be the better option. I want to revive Kimari because I need him around. White Magic, Life, and Kimari. Oh, don't tell me these guys are gonna... Oh, Kimari's dead already. That's way too quick. Oh, maybe not. Maybe not. Lulu I don't need to recover because I can just swap her out with someone else now. Ah, right. He's zombied. Mistakes were made. I regret nothing. I'll bring out Titus, attack him. I need to get rid of the flamethrower guy. He should have been my main focus from the beginning. Kimari's drunk. Agreed. Riku. Special steal this guy. I keep forgetting that like my audio keeps going off every now and again. There we go. That's what happens when you get pushed into a zombie. He just gets absolutely conked out. Ooh, actually, you know what? I'm probably better off... Oh, no. I already used Yuno. I'm good. I'll probably just use Phoenix Down instead. Imagine what would happen if Kimari did actually drink. Like, imagine how different he would be. That would be pretty crazy to find out. Honestly. Like, I would pay money to see that. That's where my head's at. I need to make sure I use every single party member so I can at the very least get them all with some of that good old AP. I think I'd be more likely to, I feel like Kimari would be like the dude in the corner crying about his horn being snapped off and being like, I can still feel pain through this horn even though it's not there anymore. I could absolutely see that being the case, like without a doubt. That would be hilarious. How that made him feel, wonder if he's a cryberry drunk or a happy one. Fingers crossed that he's... Actually, you know what? I put my money on crying. I put my money on crying drunk, rather than happy drunk. No, emotional drunk. I feel like he could go between a bit of both. But then, who's not to say that he'll completely forget about his horn not giving him any pain anymore because he doesn't know that it still exists? Oh, okay, now that's a bit of a stretch, I feel like. I feel like that's even a bit of a stretch for a drunk guy. I feel like I'm giving drunk Kimari too much credit here on that. Man, these robo suckers hit hard though. Holy cow. Too bad I can't just steal and dismantle the suckers. Lulu, Oron, and then... Yuna. So I've never played 10-2 though. I've never played 10 to completion, which is I think why I've never really tried 10-2. I suppose I did say I played most of the main games, and I mean, that like, which main games have I played? Give me a sec. So I played 1, 2, 4, didn't play 5, haven't played 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which I'm playing right now, 10-2 I didn't, 11 I haven't, 12 I haven't but I do have it, 13, yes, I have played. 13.2 and Lightning Returns. 14 I want to get into, but that'll be after they allow us to make new accounts. But that sums up pretty much like the main Final Fantasy games for me. And I think I just recently got Crystal Chronicles Remastered. Granted, it was the Japanese version because I got it off Yahoo auctions for like 100 yen, which is like $1. I mean, you gotta be, you know, discount hunting, man. It's hard to get cheap games now, especially for $1. How do you get like a physical copy of a game for like $1? But then again, the shipping was actually pretty expensive at $5, so I think everything just came full circle on that. There was a light novel and another novel for the concept of... Oh yes, wasn't this recent? There was an article about how 10.3 was going to be a thing, possibly. So I'm not from Japan, but like I know enough Japanese to be able to play visual novels and stuff like that. Granted, I'm a very slow reader, but I do, you know, import stuff from Japan fairly regularly. Like, I've got a few manga here and there. But again, all of this self-taught. It took a while, as well I'll say, about 2 to 3 years to really be able to know that much. So I didn't read the article on on X3, I should say, not 10.3, because that sounds really weird. I saw that there was an article on it, but I didn't read too much into it. But yeah, it was a potential concept of like everything was written out but never really done. It was verbal but nothing confirmed. Yeah, that's exactly it. It was just a plan that was created. Whether or not they actually were going to be willing to go through with it, that was another thing altogether. But honestly, I would have been absolutely behind it. Even though it was more of a dress-up game with 10.2 from what I'm aware of. Can't speak to it too much. I wonder when it would have been where 10.3 could have been a thing.
Play now.
I think that would be around 2005, 2006, but then we're talking about Square here, and that's when like Kingdom Hearts really sort of was like the mainstay around that point. Less Final Fantasy, more Kingdom Hearts around that time. Auron bites the dust, yikes. I wonder how much money I've got at the moment so I can buy more Phoenix Downs. They're complicated. Forgot of X2 and beyond. Really, like... Because the thing is that after I'm done with 10, I'm going to jump into 10.2 for sure. But like 10.2 had a pretty like understandable story with some side plots thrown in here and there for each of the characters, so we better get to know them. So, and in my mind, I think of 10.2 as being like slightly in the future beyond the ending of Final Fantasy X. But like, I'm interested, now that you've mentioned Potty City, how they've complicated it. I wonder like how they could have complicated that, because every character looks really different. Like, and this is an assumption from me, but like on the like in the main menu, once I bring it up, like you can see who I assume to be Lulu, Yuna, and Riku looking very different than what they do in this game. And so I wonder like what happened there between like 10 and 10.2, which of course that novel on the main menu, I think, might be the key to figuring it out, or to learning all of that. I feel like I'm stuttering a lot, but I'm also trying to be like, you know, trying to pace myself here. But as bad as Kingdom Hearts, it's all the main character. I mean, Kingdom Hearts wasn't that bad though. It just was, it had way too much fluff, I guess, is what I'd argue.
It's over.
Kingdom Hearts, too much fluff. Right on the box art, right there. Because I feel like majority of it is just trying to like, is just jumping from Disney World to Disney World, and the main plot being just good versus evil, and in its core. They just added a bunch of extra fluff that didn't really need to be in there, whether it be the relationships between Heartless, Organization 13, the main characters, and then just who the main villains are and, you know, what they are about. $42,000 health. Jesus Christ. This guy got defensive, bruv. Holy cow. Piercing damage is the way to go, okay? I gotta imagine 12 must be pretty good, because all I know from it is about the license system. But then I only learned that from the city anyways, because that's how they handled the fighting for Gabran as a character, like his fighting style. And I think if I remember right, he's the villain. Post-boss content is pretty epic. Makes me want to check out 12 sooner than later, but then if I'm like, I'm jumping from 10 to 10 too, but at some point I do want to jump into 14 as well. Oh man, I gotta pace myself here. Because yeah, there's so many games you really want to jump into, and then you realize, ooh, how am I going to jump into that when I'm playing this? It's like, yeah. Though that's coming from me like a completionist, because I want to do like a little bit of everything. That's the thought pattern right there. Oh, actually, do I want to get Yuna out? Yeah. Life, here we go. Oh, money responsibilities, time, like, you've got so many... I mean, that's the truth, though. Ain't that the truth is what I would say. That, you know, it's not even just responsibilities, but it's also the amount of time that you've got on the day-to-day. You know, you've got to keep up your own daily grind at the same time. Like, the fact that I'm streaming right now is like, it's hard to make the time when you have so many things to do. And by the time you know it, it's like midnight and you're like, damn, I gotta go to sleep because I gotta get up like 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow to do some other things. Like, life be happening. And I wish we had more time. I suppose it's a little bit unfair for me to like try and get my little brother to like be more not active per se, but like to wake up earlier on in the day and, you know, kind of start getting used to it now, because soon you're gonna have to do more things as well, like when you get a job and stuff. And I agree, like I used to be a slob as well, Party City Man, like for sure I used to be one as well. But at some point it's the idea of you just gotta grow up. Though I suppose rather than playing a lot of Final Fantasy games, which generally tend to, whenever you 100% them, roughly hit the 80 to 110 hour mark normally, I've been playing a lot of Atelier games instead, which roughly have been coming across as like, where those games take me, in order to reach 100% completion, was about 40 to 70 hours, which is like proportionally less, but it's still a good time to be had. 80 to 100 is forgiving. I'm not going to include MMOs in that one. That's no comment on that one. The pandemic has allowed me to spend this much time being able to play, so I'll take what I can get. 40 to 70 for Tales games. Oh no, the Atelier games is what I meant to say. Sorry. Tales is way longer than that, for sure. Like, do I actually have any on here at the moment? So, like, Atelier Verona is, like, one such example. I think that game took me, like, 70-ish hours to 100%, among others. I realize it's not even my pronunciation, I'm just far away from the mic, I guess. They are a fun time to be had. The only downside to the Atelier games is understanding the alchemy mechanic. Once that mechanic clicks, you'll either absolutely love it or hate it, and hopefully Party City you fall in the I love it category, because I have been obsessed with these games for the past like 5 months. Nah, you're good, man. You're good, man. Plus, I don't know, like, is my audio alright as well? I do want to make sure that I can, people can hear me and the game audio as well. Not too critical with games, enjoy them all. That's the fun. That's the fun of the games. I wonder where Dark Bahamut's gonna be. I mean, like, I know he's just further on in, but I don't want to get too overconfident here. I mean, he's got, I think I googled him before and he had like 4 million health, and I'm like looking at it and being like, I am not prepared to fight him. Riku. Item... X Potion. How did I get 3,030 X Potions? I think I might have gotten that from the guy at the Battle Arena before. When he was doing some monster research in massive quotations. But, going back to the Atelier games, though... Oh. Yeah, that happens a lot for some reason. It's because I'm using Streamlabs OBS at the moment. I think what I'll do is I'll just use OBS and see if that does it any better during my next stream. Fingers crossed, like that should be alright, but... Yeah, we've got audio now, so that should be alright. Was it the game or the my voice audio that got super low now? And then return back to normal, so I think... Game. Oh yeah, because I just fixed it now. That makes a bit of sense. Unatitas, Waka, Lulu. I'll switch in Waka after I've used... After I swapped out Kimari, so that should hopefully make a bit of sense. Sweet. At least the mic that I've invested in is at least doing me a solid on this one. think what I might do is end the stream after this battle, because it is getting dark right now. Plus, you know, as I mentioned, life happens. But which mic did I get? So at the moment I'm using the HyperX Quadcast. I think, is there any numbers at the end of it? Let me see the exact model that I've got. It is the, I'm just googling it now, but HyperX Quadcast. Or is it HyperX Quadcast? The RGB USB. Yeah, so this is the one right here. Yeah, no, I feel like these guys specifically, with like their name and branding and stuff, I feel like they make it specifically for streaming, which I really appreciate. Again, like with the name like Quadcast in there, it almost feels like, you know, they made it specifically for that. It's no Blue Yeti or anything like that, but I feel like that may have been lower on the quality side. Fair enough. I guess at the end of the day, it's whatever gets the job done. And, you know, you can only get whatever you need. I guess you only get whatever. I mean, you only need so much to really get things done. That's what I meant to say. Oh well. Anyway, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna end the stream there. But I think what I was talking about earlier, just before I do end the stream, is like on the bottom half, I'm immediately assuming just how different the characters look, that like something happened, and then it's like, and I'm assuming like eternal calm is the thing that'll kind of explain those things. Thanks, buddy, City Man. Appreciate you, appreciate you. Hopefully you'll join some of the other Final Fantasy X streams I'll be doing later on this week. Hopefully I'll keep a consistent time as well, but we'll see how well that goes. Oh, that is cool. Alright, thanks man. I'm just gonna end it right here. Talk to you later.